it's good evening from me, Joff at Mohotel Adventures. And what day is it? It's like Tuesday. It's a bit of a strange one today. I don't know what it is really. So it's the 31st of December 2024, the final day of 2024. New Year's Eve, New Year's tomorrow. And I'm actually I'm normally sort of doing these things, you know me. I normally come out here on my motorhome and on a Tuesday night and have a little waffle. Caroline has got the dreaded lurgy. She's got this like horrible kind of flu thing that's going around, and she's not been sort of like too good, to be honest. So she sort of passes on her regards for the new year to everybody, and I'm sort of just I'm okay. A little bit of a sniff. Hopefully, I'm going to steer clear of it anyway. But so I thought I had to put out a vlog tonight and just do my end of year kind of little chat with you guys, and just sort of like show and tell everybody my appreciation for everybody's support over the last 12 months. It's been absolutely outstanding, and you know what we've been doing. We've been ticking along as we do. And let me just open this beer a minute. I've just got my trusty bat out of hell key fob out. Look, my key ring thing. This was from Oberhausen when we went to see Bat the Musical back in a few years ago, and we still keep it for the memory of that. But it was all in German in Oberhausen, but it was a great night. But that's that. So anyway, look, I'm going to raise this one to all you good people that watch our YouTube channel and make comments. So this one's for you guys, and wishing you a very happy new year, and from us at Mohotel. Cheers. Yeah. Ooh, look. The foam. Carol always says to me, don't you make a mess. And I can't even open a bottle of beer without making a mess. But so anyway, just to take away that little bit of dryness, the back of the throat. But yeah, so it's been a pretty good year for us. Pretty interesting kind of year. Some sort of roller coaster bits towards the end. We had to ride out the end of the year, as you guys know, who follow us. But probably a year ago, we were actually down in New Year's Eve. We were actually in Benidorm. And I think I mentioned this on the video the other day when we were going to Cofton about the fact that we haven't kind of missed it that much. It was a good kind of trip, and we didn't get many comments. I don't think we had any comments on what people's like thoughts of that. What do you guys think? Do you prefer the cold weather? Do you prefer the bit of like winter sun? We kind of sort of enjoyed a little bit of that good weather, but on the other hand, we sort of almost like missed the festive kind of side of things a little bit around like Christmas and New Year. It doesn't seem, I don't know, it just doesn't seem you know, we've obviously spent a lot of time in England and had a lot of Christmases in England and New Year's, and sometimes you do kind of like miss just a little local pub having a bit of a knees up and stuff like that. So yeah, how do you feel about that? Anyway, then after that, we sort of ended up, which was pretty nice, to be honest. We ended up down the middle of January in Albufeira, then in bottom of Portugal, and we sort of like hit a few goals and came back up in the Zare, big waves and epic coastline. But it was still pretty like deserted. I remember like going to that campsite, and it was we went to that campsite, and it was a bit grim. Yeah, and then I think we cut back across into Spain, and then I think one of the real sort of like grim bits for us was, which I probably mentioned to you guys before, was the Bergerac thing, where we ended up in Bergerac, and we had some really great memories of Bergerac being there in the summer, and we went to the same campsite, and it just it was just like so different. It was just like so different. You get these things of like incredible moments embedded in your life, and the camping down there, it was green, it was lush. We went into the town of Bergerac. They had all these beautiful paper flowers all the way up the streets, garlands hanging all the way up the streets, and it was just a memory that it stuck with me from Bergerac. And then on the return, it just was just so wintry, grim, desolate. And then obviously with the tractor situation, the agricultural situation in Bergerac, where we couldn't escape, and then we had tractors all the way up the motorway, and became it sort of ended up being a little bit of a not so good moment to remember France. But we ended up, and then we sort of like got up to Paris, and but it was all a bit, when you get into January and all the decorations are like coming down, and it's sort of I think you need to go to Paris at Christmas. The later part of January, not so good. They were getting ready for the Olympics and stuff like that. But and then we actually made our way back up to Dieppe and came back over. Later on in April, we ended up doing that trip, which was pretty monumental, up to the Baltic, which we did the Holland. We went up through Holland and ended up like North Holland, across the sluice at the top, Leeuwarden, across to Bremen, where we went to the Beck's beer, and very nice place to go for some Beck's beer. the Pilsner up there, absolutely phenomenal. And then we proceeded on up to, where did we go then? We went to Hamburg. Monumental. Hey, I'm going to just do a shout out for Paul and Vicky Stevens, that are just like heading up to the Arctic, and they are actually going to be in Hamburg tonight. And we were sort of doing some messages on Facebook earlier on, and so we're thinking of you guys in Hamburg, guys. And that time when we were up in Hamburg, we had a great afternoon there. We just ended up up by the Hard Rock Cafe, having a great afternoon. It'll be different tonight. It'll be definitely different tonight. The weather was a lot better than probably tonight. It's going to be dark and probably maybe a bit dreary up there. I don't know, but let us know. Anyway, so yeah, we ended up disappearing across to Rostock again, Warnemünde, and then we ended up sort of travelling across. The destination place for me was that Rügen, the island off northern Germany that goes out into the Baltic Sea, and it was a great trip. It was absolutely fantastic little trip. That really enjoyed it. And then we kind of like made our way back down through across the middle of Germany and back to Amsterdam, where we met Chris. Hi, Chris, and Happy New Year, Chris. And we met up with Chris in Amsterdam at the camping, and it was all pretty monumental. And then we got back home, and anyway, so that was that, I think. And then we sort of like hung around a bit for the summer. And then obviously did the January, when we two there. Then we ended up September. This is a little squashed together of what happened this year, 2024. And and then obviously we ended up doing the trip down back to like Croatia. It was all going so well until we had that issue. I mean, everybody knows about our issue with the ECU, but so it's all like panned out a little bit now. It was a bit of a one of them. It was a real knock, and quite a few people that have contacted us and felt the same kind of like knock-on effect from when you get these kind of like issues and stuff. But so that was that. We've sort of rode the storm a little bit, and we're just sort of coming through it. And and just like I say, just recently we just enjoyed that little trip up to Shrewsbury and some of our little local haunts, like going back to Cofton and stuff like that, which we've really enjoyed. So what is going to be on the cards for 2025. We have at this stage of the game, guys, I literally haven't got a clue what I'm doing yet. We're sort of just, we'll get our heads cleared into January and see what's around the corner, wait for some better weather. The weather this time of year now is, you know, sort of, it can be pretty grim all over. You know what the score is. Northern France, Belgium, it can be quite grim this time of year into February and stuff like that. So we'll see what maps out. And I just I'll just have a little interval a minute. And I don't know if you guys can remember this one. It was a little embossment on this board that my daughter did. We've had this in the van for ages now, so she's done a real nice embossment on here for our logo and stuff. And she's actually just done another one. Are you ready? Are you ready for Christmas? We have this one, the Highland Coo, and we just think that, like, the detail in this is pretty good. Look at that. Everybody loves a Highland Coo. And yeah, so we've ended up with another new board. It's a bit thicker, this one, than the other one, so it's a great little extra for us. And yeah, like I say, Highland Coos, great memories. And yeah, so what we will be doing in 2025, we don't really know. So so we'll see what maps out, see what's around the corner, and hopefully we'll continue. I love my I love doing my vlogs and bringing you guys vlogs and showing you exactly some of the places. And a lot of us, a lot of the time, I do like to go to like new places. The Rügen was a beauty for me, but we've done a lot of places in the past, and a lot of the time I'm kind of thinking that was a pretty epic trip. You know, we've done trips down the Rhine and the Mosel, and it's some of them places are like really epic. And we used to do them Halloween trips down there, down the Mosel River, so some good stuff, and some nice little kind of itineraries. And so I might have some little spin-offs of that to come. Yeah, we'll see what's around the corner. We will see what is around the corner for 2025. So I think I'm going to wrap this video up there. It's just our little compression of what we've been up to. And yeah, we've like really appreciated everybody's comments, that and hope that we've kind of inspired you guys to go and do some of these crazy things that we get up to. And we're not actually crazy, go and see some of these amazing things that are not far away from our kind of like doorstep. And I always like to say to people, the American people love to come to Europe, and we are sort of genuinely so lucky that we have not got to sit on an aeroplane for 12 hours, 10 hours to come over and see some of this stuff. We can actually drive. You can drive to Paris. You can drive. We've been to. We've driven to Budapest. We've driven to Berlin. We've all these incredible places scattered across. We've driven to Prague. We've actually we've driven to Albania, Montenegro, all these incredible places that are achievable to drive. It's a lot of it is just like this section of time. I say to people when they're a lot of people say, like, how long do you have to go to Croatia? How long? If do it like we did, about 10 days, and then turn around and come back again because you got issues with your motorhome. What a nightmare. I had so much time on that trip, and it was I just had so many things on that itinerary that I didn't achieve. So much clothes to wear that I didn't even wear. So many things. It was just absolute nightmare. So, but yes, it is achievable, and it's all the ups and downs, and the ups and downs of motorhome life, I presume. Okay. I think, so the other thing we were talking about actually was sometimes if you do get that little pull to go and get some sun around this time of year. Try and get down to warmer climes. You know, sometimes, you know, we were just sort of saying, by the time you actually book your ferry, you know, I don't know if people feel about this. If you were just literally going for a small amount of time, for instance, a long weekend, a week chunk of time, you're probably far better off just don't worry about a ferry, don't worry about driving all the way down and toll roads and all this, that and the other, and you're probably just better off getting on an aeroplane and flying down there, do you know what I mean? Or jumping in a car. I remember driving from Madrid. I did one punch with a few espresso shot stops, but I drove from Madrid all the way to Calais. It was a bit of a drive, but yeah, it's drivable in, you know, maybe two or three big chunks of driving. You can drive your car down there, depending on what you want to do. But anyway, I'm going to wrap up the video there and wish everybody a Happy New Year. So, Happy New Year, and we will see you in 2025. Cheers, guys.